Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Today is Sunday, June 8th, 2025, and I am J.Warner. I wanted to record this video to serve as kind of like an introduction to everything that is moving forward. Tomorrow is a big planetary alignment day because Jupiter is going to be entering the sign of Cancer. It hasn't been there for like 12 years. And it marks the potential for some really like expansive energy, and I want to tap into it. And it doesn't really matter when you are watching this video, but I'm just giving you some context for the energies that are at play right now. And it has become very clear to me that now is the time that I am supposed to be taking action on ideas that have been spinning in my mind for the past year and a half or 2 years, maybe even more when I really think about it. And it's kind of like the message is that it's go time. So the first step is kind of sharing more about me and my mission for those of you who don't know me and haven't heard the updated mission so that we can establish a connection, and a connection that will be beneficial for the entire collective human experience. So, tomorrow is the launch of jwarneractivations.com. And it's going to serve as the hub for everything that I'm doing. And all the information about working with me and what I offer is there. And there's going to soon be a section for like community and for people to enroll to be participants in a consciously minded community that is focused on activating their highest potential, their highest self, the most abundance, the most health, the most happiness, all of the five-dimensional frequencies that we have available to us. J. Warner Activations is going to focus on that. And all of the mentorship programs and one-on-one work that I do is focused on that. All right, so a little bit about me. My awakening became so obvious and undeniable a few years ago. And my ascension path just like rapidly progressed. And through that progression, a lot of my potential for shifting the consciousness of humanity has been activated. My mission is to help people achieve something extraordinary with their lives and to regain their higher self connection and to use that connection to create and access their dream life. The thing is, my higher self has been showing me the way to my own dream life. And I should note that like my dream life, everybody's dream life evolves and changes with each leveling up because our higher self is constantly leveling up and changing as well. But through all of these evolutions and all of these changes, I have to admit, the life that I have created for myself is pretty damn good. I have created this life for myself where I can sip my morning coffee or an afternoon matcha overlooking the jungle and the ocean. My days are slow, they're relaxed, they're go with the flow. And I have time and full capacity to focus on my own journey as well as the journey of my clients. And no doubt, I go through my own moments, my own growth opportunities, but I'm always a few steps ahead of the individuals who I take under my wings, like preparing them to fly on their own. And, my journey has also been filled with a lot of trauma and a lot of hurt and pain and sadness and loss, emptiness and darkness, and anger and jealousy and fear, all of those things, just like everybody else. I accept and I fully recognize that some of my shadows are really dark, but I've also learned how to not have fear for the parts of me that are not fully illuminated, because there's always a choice in how I perceive my own self. And through a lot of deep dives into my shadows, while simultaneously calling in more and more light, I've repeatedly activated higher levels of self power. And so this is what I'm here to share. Like I'm here to share guidance and mentorship and knowledge and experience mixed with ancient wisdom and tools and resources and holding space. And there's a whole lot more to it, but that's the core. For when I think back, like for several years, I really struggled to try to find a way to fit my ideas into a conventional box. It was never the correct size to hold my ideas. And that led to me questioning myself and getting weighed down by imposter syndrome and comparing myself to just about everyone and everything. I judged myself with a really critical filter. And ultimately, I felt like I had lost myself in the darkness. So that led me to taking a break and initiating a full reset. And I acknowledged that there were some deep healing processes that I was ready for, that I was primed for. And in the pause that I took, I gained strength and clarity through my healing. And within that clarity, everything that I am now offering to you, to everyone, was born. All right. So, what do you get when you decide to work with me? What do you get out of it? It's a great question. And I'm going to read this directly off of my website because it tells it like it is. This is what you get. You get dedicated, unbiased, pure, genuine, loving one on one support. You get wisdom, guidance. You get messages that stream from 5D consciousness. And you get a guide on your path to achieving your higher self dream life. And you also get somebody who has extensive knowledge in a variety of different forms of healthcare and science, but all of that blended with esoteric wisdom and knowledge and alchemy. You get activations, meditations, visualizations, all of that to help raise your frequency. You get positivity. You will get authentic communication and really authentic connection with somebody who is here for you. And we then get this whole energetic alchemy that's created by our interactions and the work that we do together, the work in parentheses. And what I really help people with the most is shifting out of old loops and patterns and engaging with mindset shifts that take us from a third dimensional consciousness to a fifth dimensional consciousness and activating all of your self healing power because ultimately we are all healing ourselves. Nobody heals me for me other than me. So, moving on within my mentorship offerings, the Nine Light program and the Kuji mentorship. Within both of those, I'm providing you with lessons and guidance to complete a really powerful activation sequence that unlocks your power, higher levels of consciousness, forgotten magic powers and amplifies your spiritual connection in practice. Plus a lot more. Following my initiation into the Kuji 5 years ago, I've been working extensively with the Kuji framework, not only for my own development, but also with clients for their own development. And what's really cool is the results that the clients are getting mirror so much of my own experiences working with these sacred activations. And like every individual who completes either the 9 light activation or the full Kuji program, they radically up level their frequency. And when that happens, their access to the 5D higher self, as well as all the other counterparts in the dimensions above, that access and connection gets stronger and more reliable. And on an individual level, when we work with these activations, we regain full power over our reality and how it shows up for us. The 9 light activation and the Kuji mentorship, they both reactivate connections between our own primary chakra system and the universal matrix grid of light. Really like a key element of this activation sequence is the connection to the universal matrix grid of light. And once that activation is complete, it never gets turned off. And when we are turned on and tuned in to the universal matrix grid, then we can influence the way that reality shows up for ourselves. And when we influence the way that reality shows up for ourselves, we are influencing the way that reality shows up for the collective human experience. And as our planet Earth, Mama Gaia, shifts into her own higher frequency, we, the humans, are also experiencing our own leveling up. It's a magical and expansive era for humanity. And each one of us is responsible for our own ascension. That's first and foremost. And I have incredible trust and faith that my tribe will find me and that I will find them. And when that happens, all of this collaboration takes place. And it's through those collaborations, it's through these practices, it's through the ancient knowledge that we can not only up level our own reality, but we can then influence the change of all reality. Not going to say it's easy, but when we come together and we do this kind of work, it has big impact. So I always tell people now, when I'm in, I go all in. So the question is, are you ready? Thanks for tuning in. And there's going to be some more videos coming shortly that are going to talk in more detail about the activation mentorships that are available and to talk about the different sessions that I offer on virtual platforms. And then there's going to be so much more to come. So stay tuned.